What's up, you guys? It's Steve here, and there's pretty much just one thing now that's standing between us and the largest stimulus package that we have seen so far at $3.5 trillion. And that one thing is Senator Joe Manchin. However, we've received word that he said he's willing to get on board, but only if we meet his requirements. Take a look at this article, just came out late last night. Manchin lays out a long list of demands as key Senate chairs move to win his vote. This is your stimulus check update and your stimulus package update. Now we're going to dive into the details of this article and let you know what it is that he's saying, as he pretty much wants to slash all the provisions and take the overall price tag down to a third. I've got some video footage so you can hear for yourself what it is that he has to say. And also, though, before we dive into this, I wanted to let you know we're likely going to be getting a new update today from President Joe Biden on the pandemic. Take a look at this. President Biden is expected to impose new vaccination mandates in a speech on Thursday today, you guys. Now, when that breaks, I'll be sure to get you caught up as to what he has to say. And we're hearing that this might be needed. Take a look at this, you guys. We have broken the record in the U.S. for new cases. 301,000 on September 7th, 2021, breaking the old record, and we are not even in flu season yet. So this Delta variant is really ramping up, you guys, and we're seeing a lot of people catching this pandemic. So we're going to be hearing today. I'll be sure to keep you up to date. But now let's go ahead and dive into the latest that we're hearing about Congress and the next stimulus package and Senator Joe Manchin's demands as of today, September 9th, 2021. But before we do, if you could do me a quick favor, just takes a second. If you like and appreciate these updates, don't forget to smash that like button. Really helps out my channel a ton. I appreciate it. Lets the algorithm know you think I'm doing a good job. And in turn, they'll continue to promote my channel and my videos. Helps me out a lot. Thank you so much. Also, if this is your first time here, don't forget, hit the subscribe button, turn on that notification bell. You can come join the viewing community, the RAM fam, we like to call it. I'll keep you up to date on all this stuff: stimulus, unemployment, Congress, the economy, anything having to do with money. And don't forget, if you got any specific questions that you want me to answer, you want to send them to me directly, shoot them to me in the DM on Instagram at SteveRam3, which is by far the best way to get a hold of me. And yes, I go through all those DMs. Takes me a while to get through all of them sometimes, but I will get through and I'll respond to your questions as best as I can. But with that being said, you guys, let's go ahead and dive right in. And first off, let's start off with this video footage so you can hear for yourself what Senator Joe Manchin had to say on stimulus.
Moderate Democrat Senator Joe Manchin is urging fellow Democrats to hit the pause button on that $3.5 trillion spending bill, saying there are more urgent priorities.
I would ask my colleagues and all of the Senate to hit the pause button on the 3.5. Hit the pause button. Let's sit back. Let's see what happens. We've got so much on our plate. We really have an awful lot. I think that would be the prudent, wise thing to do. I know they're going to go nuts right now because it's probably being, what I just said is going to all my caucus in Washington.
Here they come.
The night before we voted on the bipartisan infrastructure bill, Bernie Sanders wanted to talk to me. And Bernie and I respect Bernie truly, is a very, very much a socialist. He really is, and he makes no bones about it. I know where he's coming from. I know who he is, and I respect that. He don't make any bones. He don't try to hide it. So Bernie said, Joe, you know I can kill this bill, which is the bipartisan infrastructure bill. And I said, Bernie, I know you probably could if you wanted to. And I says, I guess if people in Vermont don't need the roads fixes, bridge fixes, water, sewer, internet, I think go home and tell them the hell with you. You're not going to do it. That's all. I said, yeah, you can kill it. Go ahead. And he said, well, I can kill on the other side. And I said, well, go over and tell them to go home and tell everybody what you don't need. Then he looked at me and said, you going to vote for the $3.5 trillion? I said, hell no, Bernie, I'm not voting for $3.5 trillion. He says, looked at me and said, well, at least you're honest with me. I said, Bernie, I'm willing to work with you and let's see what we need and what we can afford to pay for. But just putting an arbitrary number, no, I'm not going to do that.
So there you have it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, as you heard him say that he will not support that $3.5 trillion stimulus package, and he was going back and forth with Bernie Sanders, threatening to derail each other's bills. But we've heard him say now that he's willing to get on board, but only if they follow these requirements. So link in the description below to this article. It actually came out today, early this morning. Manchin lays out a long list of demands as key Senate chairs move to win his vote. Now, the article says that in the Senate, all roads lead to Joe Manchin. The West Virginia Democrat and his staff have been engaged for weeks in intensive negotiations with the chairs of the key Senate committees ahead of the party's release of the sprawling bill to expand the social safety net, laying down his demands on a wide range of issues, including healthcare, education, childcare, and taxes, according to multiple sources familiar with the talks. So you guys, all of those items, he has something to say about him, and he wants them modified in order to get him on board. And Manchin is making it clear that he won't cave on aggressive climate provisions sought by many Democrats, throwing a wrench in his party's efforts to make the bill key to combating global warming. Now, with Democrats needing every single vote in their caucus to get the bill through the Senate along straight party lines, Manchin has received more attention than any other Democrat. And you guys, this is true because they're trying to use the process of reconciliation, which requires just a majority vote in the Senate, which means that out of the 100 senators, they need 50 votes, and there's literally 50 Democrats that all need to be on board to pass this through because we have no Republican support for any more debt or inflation concerns, they say. So Democrats need every single one, and right now Senator Joe Manchin is that one Democrat that's saying he's not on board unless they meet his requirements. Alright, you guys, so these next two paragraphs, I'm just going to summarize for you. It pretty much says that Senator Joe Manchin and his staff have been in negotiations with a variety of senators from everything from free community college, universal pre-K. He's been discussing with Senator Ron Wyden and his staff about the financing for this proposal and also corporate tax hikes and a multiple vast variety of different matters that he has something to say about. Now, take a look at this. Jumping down in the article, it says, and Manchin has engaged in long discussions with rank-and-file Democrats as well, including Senator Michael Bennet, over the Colorado Democrats' push to broaden and bolster the child tax credit. Listen to this. He wants to cut that down as well, which the West Virginian Senator Joe Manchin wants to bring down to a level far lower than what many in his party want, according to multiple Democrats. And listen to this. On education, Manchin is trying to limit the Democrats' effort to provide universal pre-K and tuition-free community college. He's talked to Democrats about limiting the number of Americans eligible for pre-K by setting income thresholds, while also discussing ways to measure students' performances for community college, assuming that their tuition is paid for over 2 years. And on healthcare, Manchin has suggested substantially reducing funding for home care services as key priority of many Democrats. So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. He's wanting to put income threshold limits in order to qualify for a lot of these provisions that Democrats just wanted to provide to everybody. Now, jumping down, take a look at this. The talks underscore the challenges ahead of Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, who needs to win over Manchin, but also avoid provoking a revolt amongst his progressives, particularly in the House, who are already balking at the West Virginian's private suggestion to provide a price tag of just $1.5 trillion. And without Senate passage of the reconciliation bill, House progressives are warning that they'll derail the Senate's $1.2 trillion infrastructure plan that Manchin was a centerpiece in negotiating. So they're saying this might all fall apart for everything. Now listen to this. The idea of a $1.5 trillion price tag being sufficient to accomplish those goals for the people is fanciful, said Representative Jones, the progressive Democrat from New York. Now, what remains to be seen is whether Senate chairs ultimately cater to Manchin's demands or try to railroad him into making a choice, approve the most sweeping piece of domestic legislation in decades, or be responsible for sinking it single-handedly. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. So we're going to be seeing what unfolds here. I'll be sure to keep you up to date. Keep in mind the fact today is September 9th, and Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi said that they want to have this all ready for a vote on September 27th. They want to have reconciliation ready to vote on infrastructure on that date, you guys. And right now, they are a long ways away, so they've got a lot of work to do. I'll keep you up to date. I'm expecting there's going to be a lot of information rolling out over the course of the next couple of weeks. But as always, you guys, thank you so much for joining me here on the channel. If you made it this far and you haven't already, don't forget, smash the like button. Really helps out the channel a ton. Also, leave your comments down below. Share this out. If this is your first time here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, come join the Ram fam, the viewing community. I'll keep you up to date on all this stuff so you know what's going on. And if you got any specific questions for me, be sure to shoot them to me in the DM on Instagram at SteveRam3, which is by far the best way to get a hold of me. And with that being said, though, you guys, I hope this reaches you well. I'll catch you in the next video. Remember, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Monday through Friday, and also random uploads throughout the day as news breaks. But once again, hope this reaches you well. I'll catch you in the next one. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.